Hello YouTubers and Generation 1 Transformer fans. This is Sparkster1701 here, and I'm here to do a Generation 1 Transformers review. As you can see, our first guest will be the Generation 1 Decepticon leader, Megatron. Let's take a closer look at the figure itself, and as you can see as we zoom in, take a grand look at the size of him. Megatron was available in 1984 and was also available in 1985. He was discontinued in 1986 at retail and was technically replaced by Galvatron. Megatron would be available as a mail-away for a few years and then would reappear again in 1990 as an Action Master. Okay, let's transform Megatron. We'll start by, we remove his accessories. Wrong way. Okay, then we gotta push in both of his fists and push the forearms down. And then turn him around. Pop the head and arms loose. We gotta rotate the arms just a bit, so that we can get this notch inside the hole, inside the large holes. And put these together. Over here to the front, get the gun barrel, rotate it in. Press down the chest plate as we form it into the front. Relock the arms back together. This is an old version of the figure, folks. Clamp the head in. Bring back both the legs, lock them into place, slide the feet in, and there we have it. Megatron's alternate form, which is obviously a handgun, more specifically a Walther P38 handgun, which is used by still in use by many Eastern European countries. Megatron is a more specific type of Walther. More specifically, he's a version that was seen in the 1960s TV show The Man from U.N.C.L.E., since he can be customized to be the complete version of that gun. With a scope, a silencer, and a stock. And there you, steady boys. And we'll pan the camera a little bit so you can get a good look at him. This is a complete tripped out Megatron. An added bonus with this original version of Megatron is that he had 2 additional weapon modes that could be built with the extra pieces. First one is a particle beam cannon that we assemble by attach the sight to the part of the silencer. Disassemble the stock to get to this piece here. Pull out hand grips. Or at least try to. There we go. Insert this part of the silencer here in the back. Connect the 2 in here. Back portion of the stock and split it open. Mount this piece in here. And pull down this post, and there you go. For even more fun, we just bring Megatron back here. He's got little tiny holes in his fists, so we can have Megatron manning a turret. And the guns, Megatron. Alright, let's take a quick look at his instructions. And back in 1984, the instructions were done in all color instead of, as in later versions, they became black and white predominantly. Just going to open it up here and take a quick gander. Despite the fact that the contents page here lists that he includes a tech spec decoder and label sheet, it strangely is not pictured. Go through looking at it slow. Feel free to pause the YouTube video if you want so that you can read over them yourself. And as this is a single strip, it continues on the back side. And right here it shows how one assembles the particle beam cannon. And then on the next page, telescopic rifle. And then it ends with putting the stickers on, which is, you can clearly see from looking at mine have been worn off rather well. And the final page shows about the robot points that we could collect and advertising of clipping off the tech spec. Speaking of which, let's take a quick look at Megatron's tech spec. And this was on the back of his box. We were encouraged to cut these out. There's nothing on the back side here. It was just the inside of the box. And right here we've got a picture, we got something of a decent picture of Megatron. This would have been on the box art. Up here it clearly labels him as Decepticon, and his name is Megatron. Gives his function as leader, and his motto is peace through tyranny. It says here, Megatron combines brute strength, military cunning, ruthlessness, and terror. Aches to return to Cybertron to complete the Decepticon conquest, but only after destroying all Autobots on Earth. Plans to possess all of Earth's resources. Incredibly powerful and intelligent. Fires particle beam cannon. Can link up interdimensionally to a black hole and draw antimatter from it for use as a weapon. No known weaknesses. Makes him sound like a fierce opponent. Over here, we have a tech spec grid that lists it's done up as a decoded signal that we put this little red strip that was included with all box transformers to be able to see the lines on the grid. It lists his strength as 10, intelligence 10, speed of 4, endurance of 8, rank of 10, courage 9, firepower 10, and skill of 9. So despite the claim that says no known weaknesses, I would say this low speed stat would probably be a significant weakness. Let's take a quick look at Megatron's accessories, and he had quite a few. The first, and one that's quite commonly unknown to many collectors that buy a loose Megatron, is this. What's described by the instructions as a high-density infrared laser cannon. The instructions mention that he includes this, but they never state how he mounts this onto his hands. You just slide his fist through this notch here in the back, and that's how he holds it. As you can see, this gun is all chrome, so you'd have to watch for chrome wear. Plus, these side pieces here and here are prone to snagging and breaking. Of course, has his telescopic sight. There is a sticker on the end of the front end of it, and it does separate into 3 pieces. The eyepiece, the midsection, and the actual sight itself, which as you look down through the barrel there, you can see crosshairs. And for some odd reason, the eyepiece here has little tiny hand grips of some sort. Don't really know what those are for. They're way too small for Megatron to use, but something to watch out for because they might be broken. We also have his stock. Pan it back a little bit. And the stock itself does come apart into 3 pieces. This first section is the spot here connects to the gun itself, and it's the one that has the hand grips. So make sure both of those are present. Also got the midsection to it. Which, as you can see, on the one side, does have a sticker. And then you have the shoulder part. The part that goes to your shoulder. It's got a sticker on both sides, and since it's got these bits down here that break off when you use the particle beam cannon, these you got to watch out for, since these two are quite commonly broken on many of the loose samples. And lastly, we have 2-piece silencer. Silencer does have a couple of long stickers that run the length of the barrel, and it does come apart. This is the short piece and the long piece. Megatron has had a long-lasting legacy with the Transformers lineup, and part of that legacy can be attributed to his voice actor from the 1980s cartoon. Frank Welker is a well-known and very profound voice actor who has had more roles than what this video can mention in the given time, but some of his other more famous roles on the Transformers include the non-animated movie version of Galvatron, but he also did voice Skywarp, Soundwave, and Laserbeak. The non-Transformer, lastly, he also, strangely, he did the Autobot Mirage. Some of his non-Transformers roles include voicing the Man-Bat from the 1990s Batman animated series. He was also Wild Bill and Torch in the G.I. Joe cartoon, but also in the Transformer rival Challenge of the GoBots. He voiced Z-Man, Rescue, Blaster, and, possibly embarrassingly, he was also Scooter. And this concludes my review of the 1984 Generation 1 Decepticon leader, Megatron. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up there on YouTube. And plus also, reach down over here and hit the subscribe button. That's what will keep this channel going, because I intend to review all the Generation 1 Transformers. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later.